They'll get the ball back for the third time. All right, back here at Pontiac Township High School, Williamson Field, the site of many great football games between these two schools, no doubt about it. In the 90s, when the Indians owned the Corn Belt, in the 2000s, still a great product. Been a few lean years for the football program at Pontiac. Numbers certainly have been an issue. But if this first quarter and a half is any indication, Zach Gadberry's got to be happy how his kids worked. He tried to build some excitement. The biggest thing I heard, a lot of kids were in that weight room dedicated to it. And the goal of these seniors is to make this football team as best as it can be, no matter what wins and losses, and it's a better shape than it was at the start of the year. I think that's a pretty good goal for the team to work at. Here's the kick, high end over end, corralled at the 14, up the middle, Carr, and nowhere to run, crosses the 20, lucky to hang on. He was triple tackled, if you will. So Brody Carr with the return, and the Indians will go to work. Again, Pontiac up 7-6, and the Saints, a little bit surprised they didn't go for the conventional extra point. They got a kicker. They seem to always have a great kicker. Very capable of hitting it from 40 to 45 yards out. You would think they want a little chip shot for the extra point. They didn't take it. They opted out, and to run a fake off of what was the extra point try, the fake failed. Indians lead 7-6. Again, tight formation. That looks like Riley Johnson. This time he's going to pass. Brock dumps it off into the flat on the far side to Carr, I think it was. Yep. Incomplete, as you saw. 2nd and 10. Boy, for Pontiac right now, you got 9 minutes to go. You got a lot of the quarter left. And the last thing you want to see is a 3 and out. This time, wide receiver split out here to the left. Give up the middle. This is Alcorn, I think. No, that's Riley Johnson, beg your pardon. He's doing a little dancing in the hole there, trying to juke out of a tackle. Nice run right there. Picked up 4, maybe 5. And with 8:55 to go, more manageable 3rd down. They're going to give him a gain of 5. Nicely done by that offensive line up front. And DeLong, the number 7 there in the back, getting back in the huddle. He comes to the sideline each and every time to get the play. He gets his workout in. Here's the snap. Give up the middle, and it's close to a first down. He's got the first down. So the Indians convert again. Riley Johnson providing the strength. You know, Johnson's kind of your fullback, if you will, a little more fullback size. And Alcorn's certainly a little more of your speed guy. Boy, they have performed well on 3rd down and 4th downs. You got to be pleased with that. We'll get back down to Murph here in a second after this play. Let's see what the Indians can do here. On a 1st and 10, the ball's at their own 33. Gutierrez is in motion. Inside reverse, turn the corner. Carr's loose. Carr's got a first down. Carr to midfield. No flags on the play. Look out, extracurricular activity. And now we got a late flag coming in. And let's see where this is going to go. Murph, first of all, great call on the play. And let's hope this is a unsportsman on both players.
Yeah, it was a nice run, Brody. I almost thought he was going to break it there for a second. Got forced out. The penalty looked like there was just some jawing going on between Central Catholic kid and Pontiac kid. But, I mean, I've been here 30 years. Jawing between two teams is nothing new.
All right, that penalty, yeah, that's the right call. Offsetting.
Yep. Basically, it's letting you know that we saw what you did. Don't do it again. And we're going to go back to square one.
All right, so the play stands. That's the good news. And 7:41, the clock will start again on the official's call. Boy, I'm really surprised, pleasantly surprised, how well we have ran the football against the St. defense that's had 9 of its 11 people back from a year ago and was pretty stingy. Indians have done a great job up the middle between tackles. Alcorn trying to dance and danced a little bit too much. And that time, that was big number 54 coming in for the Saints and wrapping him up from behind. McCardle's the young man. You could see his 54 there if we got the camera in the middle of the field, which I think we do. He's looking towards that Saint. You know, there's one player we haven't called, and I failed to mention. He's a player to watch for area of the year player honors for the Saints. Kind of their quarterback defensively. And that's Eli Raguki. We have not called his name. We might have missed it, but he certainly has been dominating at this time. An inside run by Gutierrez, stepping through and almost busted it huge. But he gets inside the 40. Another first down. And the Saints are having problems picking up these runners. And the Indians are very creative, running tackle to tackle and making this look relatively easy. Hard for me to even say that. 6:40 clock running. Again, you got to credit that line up front for that Indian offense opening up these holes. You don't need a whole lot of time. 1st and 10. The snap is clean. Right up to shoot, and this time the Saints are there to meet him. That's Riley Johnson once again. Nowhere to go that time. Ran into a sea of white and gold. We're at the 6-minute mark. The Indians dominating time of possession. You love to see that. And the Indians lead by 1, 7-6. All right, 2nd and 9. They gave him a gain of 1. Riley Johnson up the middle, and this time there's some room. Picking up 5, maybe 6, and set up 3rd and relatively short. That ball's going to be marked inside the 35 of the Saints, down to the 34. He's got to get to the 30 if I can see right. That'll be 3rd and 4. What a difference a year makes. Oh, in the neutral zone. Did not call it. Wow. That's an automatic call. Up the middle, Alcorn. Alcorn gets the first down. That's all Aiden Alcorn. He had a runner hanging on him at the 33, and he just carried him over the 30, down to the 29. And that was impressive run by Aiden Alcorn. Murph, very impressed with our runners and the openings up top, and they are just running it down the Saints' throat here in the second quarter.
Yeah, that was a slow start, their first possession. But after that, they got that turnover. They stopped them on Central Catholic's first possession. It's just really, momentum has definitely grown Pontiac's way at this time. Central Catholic calls a timeout to try to settle things down. You got 4:42 to go in the first half, and Pontiac's looking at trying to punch in another score.
Now, Murph, one of those defensive, actually the defensive quarterback of the Saints is Roguki, and I saw the pantograph where he's a kid to watch for area of the year honors. We've hardly seen him and called his name so far tonight.
Well, and it's difficult to go away from a defensive player. You can target an offensive guy. It's hard to really target a defensive guy. So that just means
we're putting pads on him. Must be making him work.
Yep.
All right, start of play again. 4:42. This is a 1st and 10. They'll mark it right at the 30. The snap is clean. Up the middle, Alcorn. Maybe. Well, he's going to pick up 3, maybe 4. Once again, yardage after getting hit, and Aiden Alcorn seems to know how to run the football and take a hit and still keep moving forward. They're going to give him, I think they're going to give him 4 yards in the play. Let's double check. It's going to be, 2nd and 6. And once again, that clock is going to be inside the 4-minute mark here in about another 10 seconds. Hear the crowd getting into it. Hear the student body into it. Gutierrez in movement. Alcorn up the middle. Absolutely nowhere that time. Didn't fool him at all. And he'll set up another big 3rd down call. And once again, as they go to huddle, Murph, really, really impressed with their 3rd down execution and 4th down execution are the Indians.
Yeah, they're making plays when they got to make the plays, and right now is another time. The cliche is you don't have to get everything all at once because they should be in 4-down territory now. So just be able to push it and get closer and get it on 4th down.
All right, let's see what this play calls. Another inside reverse. This is Carr, and that time the hole filled quickly. Let's double check and came up because Carr got stuck. Looked like that was going to go somewhere. There's the name, Eli Rogecki. Rogecki's name was just called, and that is a play that you would expect out of that young man. All right, here comes the play in. They're not going to burn a timeout. 2:45, clock was running. And let's see if the Indians can come up with another big 4th down conversion. They're up by 1, 7-6, late in the second quarter. This time they're going to pitch it. Gutierrez is going to run it. Gutierrez is going to get stormed under. That play went absolutely nowhere. Hang on, there's a late flag. And I don't know what's that all about. But hold everything. That came in after the play was gone or done. My guess is the Saints will still have the ball, but they're going to march it back 15 yards. It should be probably a dead ball foul, Murph, and still Saint ball. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's a unsportsmanlike. They call dead ball. When he raises his hand up like he did, that's dead ball. So they turn it over on downs, but now they're going to get it at about the 17, 18-yard line.
All right. So Saint ball, they got 2.5 minutes to make something work. And the Indians, who have just played so well in this first half, only lead by 1, and it was the Saint big play. The Saints have hardly had the football. If they've had the football for 15 to 20 plays in this first half, that is about it. But unfortunately, one of those plays, Indians missed a tackle, and T.J. Larson was off to the races on a big play. That's how they scored on a one-possession situation. This time the quarterback, Poe, he's got some running room, jumping around, missed tackles at the 30, 35, 40. Someone knocked him out of bounds. And just like that, the Saints are in business. 1st and 10 at midfield, 2:18. Hold everything, folks. This one's far from over here in the first half. They said he stepped out at the 47. So 1st and 10 at their own 47. Poe is your quarterback. The number 6 on his back. There's the snap. This time he's going to run left. He's got some room. Still got some room, and finally brought down, crossing the 44 or 45 down to the 44. And unfortunately, it looks like we got an Indian who's down. All right, let's do this. We will take a break and sort through this. We got a little bit more than 2 minutes to go before halftime. And once again, the Indians up by 1, 7-6 on the Ion Central Illinois, part of the Casa Media High School Sports Network.
The Precision Planting Precision Technology Institute, or PTI farm at Pontiac, is the intersection of agronomy, technology, and equipment. The farm has over 125 research plots used to provide agronomic data, test agronomy principles, and trial new technologies in the industry while hosting events for farmers. Visit the farm just off of I-55 on the west side of town. Precision Planting salutes the students and athletes at Pontiac Township High School and is a proud supporter of local sports and the FFA.
All right, we appreciate that. And back here, 2nd and 1, that was Colin Cox. And the good news is he walked off on his own, so let's hope he can get back in. And here goes, and the Saints up the middle. One man to beat. He is gone. And 2 big plays out of the Central Catholic Saints. And just like that, they are up in this football game for the first time. Sam Keller busted loose, big play capability, and the Indian defense has given up 2 big plays, and they are now down 12-7. See if the Saints will go for 2. We just seem to be there, and then the speed of Keller. And actually, when TJ Larson ran that first one in, it was missed tackles at the corner, and we just couldn't get a hand on him. That's that speed and quickness that the Saints were talking about. We got a timeout. We'll keep it right here. Murph, that's a little bit discouraging. You know, the Indians have owned time of possession, and all of a sudden they're down by 5, a couple of big plays, and you just can't allow that. But that speed and quickness, tough to match up with.
I'm not sure that it's necessarily, I mean, their speed and quickness is contributing, but Pontiac just hasn't been tackling. They've had opportunities, they just haven't been making the hits. You know, they're strong kids, and they're breaking through. Looks like Central's going for 2.
Yep, they are going for 2. Murph will keep you on right here. Let's call the play. This is Poe. He's trying to run it in from the outside and makes it look easy. And just like that, with 1:49 to go before halftime, the Saints lead 14-7. We're going to do this. We will take a break, and we'll come back with the final minute 49. And again, Indian football on the Ion Central Illinois, part of the Casa Media High School Sports Network.
Livingston County Chiropractic is happy to serve the area communities by helping people and athletes to be the best version of themselves they can be. Livingston County Chiropractic in Pontiac is helping the community live a healthier lifestyle while providing the knowledge and tools to make better healthcare decisions. Visit LivingstonCountyChiropractic.com or stop in to 402 North Plum Street in Pontiac. Call 815-844-4631. kick off in the fall savings this year at Wright's Furniture with great bargains. They offer free delivery, free removal, as well as up to 12 months 0% interest with a Wright's Synchrony card. They always have store-wide savings, as Wright's price matches and aims to be the cheapest in the States, if they aren't already. Visit Wright's Quality Furniture, Flooring, and Appliances in downtown Pontiac, the Wright store for you.
All right, we are back here for the final 1 minute, 49 seconds. And let's see how the Indians respond to this. They've been very methodical in running the football, not conducive for a big strike capability. It's been the exact opposite for the Saints. Their two scores have been on big strike. Larson with a run, and then Keller with a one. And just like that, and I think Eric Murphy, the D leader who's helping us out, he's hit the nail on the head. Missed tackles certainly have been a big part of those two miscues. Up the middle, and it tripped up. That's Carr, and the Indians will start. Brody Carr brings it out past the 20. Let's mark it at, well, we're going to mark it at the 21. 1st and 10. Let's see how they treat the final 143. Deep in their own end, certainly don't want to make any mistakes. And you want to take the positives of that first half. You're only down by one possession. Stark contrast to a year ago when wasn't even close at the end of the first half. Up the middle. Again, that inside reverse. Gutierrez on the carry. Might have picked up one. And now the Saints, they want the football back, and I don't blame them. I was afraid of this. They can get 3 and out. They certainly do have the capability of putting up more points before the end of the first half. And all of a sudden, this becomes a very strategic time here in the final 137. Murph, right now the Indians, the last thing they want to do is 3 and out. And because the Saints obviously can score quickly.
Saints can score quickly. The question is, can they run the clock out? Central Catholic just used their last time out, so they've got a couple plays of clock running without having to really do anything. But I don't know if that's enough. It's 90 seconds is an awful lot to try to get 3 plays and kill the clock or get the clock to run out.
So here comes the Indians. Off this timeout by the Saints, as you heard Murph say, that was their last one. We got a tough angle from the booth up here, and the light pole's right in the way of that timeout. Ball's on the ground, gonna throw it, wings it up, and unfortunately Gutierrez running the fly route did not pick up that ball was underthrown, and it falls to the ground. I think that was just a poor exchange out of the snapper, and DeLong dropped it, and that really screwed up the timing on that particular play. So unfortunately, the clock will stop on the dead ball, and with 1:31 to go, the Indians got a 3rd and 9 deep in their own end at their own 22. So now the question is, the Indians going to throw, or they want to keep this on the ground and run as much clock as they can? My guess is they're going to keep it on the ground. Let's see what happens. The snap, inside run. Alcorn picks up a nice piece of real estate. Ball comes out, but it was whistled dead. But it's going to be short of the first down marker of the 31. They'll mark it at the 28, and that'll set up 4th and 3. So the clock will run. You have 25 seconds before the snap of the ball comes into play. That's down to 17 right now. So this will be down, and the Indians will probably run this all the way down. Then they're going to burn a timeout of their own. That's a smart coaching call, and they'll keep it right here. We're going to do the same. We're going to take another break. And with 47 seconds to go, the Indians down 14-7 on the Eye in Central Illinois, part of the media, Casa Media Sports Network.
Stoller International has been serving the Central Illinois farming community since 1935. It continues to do so today with 5 locations. They are the dealership that service builds, providing Case IH, Kubota, JCB, Kinsey, Bobcats, Woods, McDonn, and many other brand name pieces of equipment to their customers. Along with new equipment, they also offer a wide range of used high-quality equipment. All 5 of the locations offer a full-service parts and sales department. Stop in your local Stoller International store today to see how they can help you.
All right, thank you much. And we're back here, and the Indians obviously have decided to punt. That's the right decision. Now it's about execution, and can the Indian defense hold on and make some plays in the final 47 seconds? Down 14-7. Snap, flag on the play. Low snap, short punt, kicked out of bounds. And let's see what this flag is all about. My guess, it's going to go against Pontiac for some sort of procedure. That play was out of sync a little bit. Indeed it is. Going to be a 5-yard walk-off. Now, do they have a choice to the Saints of declining, or is it automatic? Murph, I think I got you on down there. There's a choice. I think the Saints want the football.
Yeah, they got the football. Side judge, Mark Johnson, just came over and said defense. So letting them know that Central's taking the ball. It was a poor kick, trying to not get a return.
All right, and again, we apologize. A little bit of breakup down there. 38 seconds to go. And this is Brady. He's going to throw. Got time in the flat. Caught on the play. Loose again. And we finally bring down the Saint wideout. And I want to say, I think that's Larson. That's who scored the first touchdown. And boy, the Saints are knocking on the door again. TJ Larson. And this time Brady will spike the football. And I'll set up 2nd and 10. Plenty of time left. 28 seconds to go. Boy, when you have big weapons, that's Matthew Brady, number 15, as your quarterback. Now you got Brady in there, and Poe, who's been doubling up as the quarterback. He's in the slot to the right. Trips to the right, in fact. The snap, they're looking. Pressure's on, and it is underthrown or caught. Well, they said he caught it, but the clock is running. That's the good news. It's inside the 10, and it's clocked again. Great pressure by the Indians on Brady that forced him to underthrow that ball. And with 12 seconds to go, I'm trying to find a yard marker over there. Is that 4th and 6? A little bit of confusion. It is 4th down, so they're going to go for a field goal, right, Murph?
Yeah, they're at the 7-yard line. So it's going to be about a 24-yard kick.
Very capable is this kicker. High snap, ball's on the ground, and the Saints shoot themselves in the foot with 8.
Gutierrez with the recovery. What a nice play.
Yep, another flag is thrown. This will be an unsportsmanlike against maybe Pontiac. In celebration, the official seems to be looking at somebody in the orange. But the play will stand. The Indians will just get pushed back half the distance to the goal. They'll take a knee, and the half will end. They have been happy with the unsportsmanlike. And it's not, it's more of the celebration is what the seems to be these unsportsmanlike are all about. Isn't that correct, Murph?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. I'm guessing it's not celebration as much as it's John. just talking back and forth. Somebody talking smack, somebody rebutting. It's kind of like the political season that we're in.
Well, Murph, it is football. I mean, you can't be nice out there. The officials need to put earplugs in so they don't hear some of it.
Could be.
All right.
Looks like they're just going to take a knee.
Yep, and well, they should. It's the right call, and finally, what was a quick first half, the last couple of minutes have taken forever. A lot of excitement and drama. There it is, and we have come to halftime. Exciting first half. We'd like to be up if you're an orange and blue fan, but it's competitive, and you've gone toe-to-toe with the defending conference champions of a year ago, down at halftime here at Williamson, 14-7. We'll take a break. We'll come back with halftime activities. I think we got the golf team that's going to come up here. We'll get them interviewed, and we'll talk a little PTHS golf, among other things. But first, let's take a timeout. We're at halftime. Pontiac down 14-7 on the in Central Illinois, part of the Casa Media High School Sports Network.
Kelly Electric of Pontiac says, "Go Indians," and congrats on another sports campaign. Kelly Electric proudly supports the community and activities such as Pontiac Township High School athletics. They work hard to get the job done right the first time at Kelly Electric, wiring Central Illinois for more than 40 years. Livingston County Chiropractic is happy to serve the area communities by helping people and athletes to be the best version of themselves they can be. Livingston County Chiropractic in Pontiac help your teen or tween take their first step toward financial freedom with an early start checking from SoQ. They could show their team's spirit with a Pontiac Indians debit card handed to them the very same day. But that's not all. They have a whole suite of checking products that are sure to make the crowd go wild. Fresh Start checkings for those getting back on their feet, senior checkings that come with 2 boxes of free checks per year, and high yield checking. Stop into any SoQ branch today and join the family. All checkings subject to credit approval. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Hi, this is State Farm Agent Greg Kurtenbaugh. Stop in and visit me and my team at any of our 3 locations, Gibson City, Fairbury, and now Pontiac. Stop in and see me at my new location right across from the Pontiac Post Office. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You finally have your dream home, and now you need the right insurance to protect it. Because when it comes time to file a claim, you don't want any surprises. Talk to a Country Financial rep like Marlon Iltz to find out if you have the right protection. He can help you understand your options and select coverages to meet your needs. Call Marlon today at 815-842-1376. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Casualty Insurance Company, or Country Preferred Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. A favorite 4-letter word for Terry Sullivan of Lyons Sullivan Realty is sold. Your real estate professionals serve all of Livingston and surrounding counties. Visit Lyons Sullivan Realty, 321 West Madison Street of Pontiac. Call the office 815-842-1400 or log on to the website lyonssullivanrealty.com and go Indians. Graymont Co-op wishes the best of luck to the Pontiac Indians this school year. The Graymont Grain Department consists of 5 locations, including Graymont, Rooks Creek, Cornell, Long Point, and Dana. They assist customers through grain handling and harvest, along with marketing solutions throughout the year. They also offer feed, agronomy, insurance, and internet services. Visit GraymontCoop.com for more.
All right, we're back here at halftime here. We got a house full of golfers, and we're going to get some names here, introduce the golf team. And first of all, before we go any further, let's we got the 3 seniors that's here tonight. We got 3 juniors, and the seniors will do soon. We'll get everybody in here. But first of all, obviously, the seniors on the golf team, if you're following them, Mason Slosher and Conrad Pfaff and Peyton Von Holden. So, guys, Mason, welcome. And let's first of all talk golf. What's with the paint and no shirts on? What's the deal there?
This is just a thing we kind of do here for the home football games and whatever games we can make it to. And, you know, it's just a tradition that we've done for a while. And it's great to be out there as a senior and have our shirts off.
Golf season so far, 3 matches in, and you're 3-0. Is that correct? If I knew the scores right and all?
No, we're 3-0.
3-0. So, Mr. Pfaff here, Conrad, you're part of that group, and so far so good for the seniors and the team, right?
It's going well so far, man. We're trying to get consistent here. We're getting off the charts here sometimes in some matches, but once we bring it together by the end of the season, I think we'll be in primetime shape.
And Peyton, you're obviously part of that group, and you have been shooting some solid golf. What's your thoughts so far into the campaign? Very early so far.
Yeah, I think the whole team's feeling good. Obviously, we have a lot to work on, but we have a lot of hope from our coach, Paul Ritter. Best coach I think I've ever had, and team's looking good. We just have some stuff to work on to get to our goals.
And obviously part of those goals is to shoot the best rounds you possibly can. You guys, I'll say this, you might not have that stud golfer that shoots 36, 37, but all of you very capable on any day shooting maybe a 38, 39, 41, 42, and each day I assume it's an opportunity to work on that score, Mace.
Yeah, so hopefully we're out there practicing Monday through Friday if we don't have a match. And, you know, we're consistently trying to get those scores lower. I'm trying to get mine down. I know everyone else is too, and hopefully just trying to make those goals.
Conrad, before we go any further, there's 3 other gentlemen right behind you there, and who are they?
Right here we got Anderson Horning, Noah Menenga, and Conrad Pfaff. I mean, Caden Mashing. Sorry,
I think you are Conrad Pfaff. Oh, there you go.
Running through me.
All right, let's go first of all with Andy. Andy, then your group is a junior. Actually, I know you and Mason have been paired together. I've watched you quite a bit, and your game's in a progress, right?
Yeah, I started off pretty good, slowing up, but it takes work. The putting green is where I need to be right now. Haven't been putting good. The drives have been solid, but it comes at the putting green, really.
Chipping and putting, that silly old game, it really can get you, can't it, Caden?
Yeah, definitely. I see myself last match. I rough on the green, so I got something to work on. Hopefully it'll progress as we get later into the season and we can make that regional sectional run.
Guys look like you're having a lot of fun out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. We try to have our best, even on the football stands. We like to have our best, and we like to have fun out on the golf course too.
And Nolan, as far as you're concerned, you're one that's very capable, can shoot one of those low scores. I know you have. You got skills.
Just like they've been talking about goals this year, you know, just fixing a lot of little tweaks in the golf swing, you know, getting better on the green, and Coach Ritter's main goal this year being state, and we're all working towards that as a main goal as a team, and we're all just fighting for it. So
super. And again, guys, I know this past week, hotter than you know what, and you lost 2 matches, Peyton. Did you get any chance to get work in those 2 days? It has been steamy, and it was a hot one last night with your win over PBL Rantoul.
Yeah, we had those 2 days off. I know a group of us went out on that Monday when it was hot, and we did a little 5-man scramble, just trying to have some fun in golf and keep it light and just drink a lot of water out there.
All right, guys, before we let you go, you also, next week, where you are, you're not at home. Oh,
Wednesday.
And it is down at Highland at Central Catholic and U High.
Yep.
Have you guys ever played Highland Golf Course?
No, I don't believe so.
Guys, it is so short and tight. I grew up down there. I mean, I lived down there in the 80s. That was our home down there at Highland. It's unique, it's fun, and it can get you if you don't shoot the ball straight. So I don't know what front 9 or back 9, but that'll be interesting in Central Catholic and U High.
Yeah. It'll be a tough match for sure.
Yeah. If we can keep the ball straight, I think we'll be ready to roll on Wednesday.
Sounds great. Guys, thanks for stopping by. Thanks to Coach Ritter does a wonderful job. Talked to him. He couldn't be here tonight, but he said he's sending the troops up. A lot of fun, a lot of success. Keep the winning streak going.
All right. Thanks, Coach Ritter. Nothing we can ask more of him.
All right. Sounds great. That is the PTHS golf team right there. And we'll do this. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with more. And you can hear the band in the background. 5:39 before the start of the third quarter. And the Saints on the road up 14-7 over our Indians.
It's football season at the Heller Stores, where our team will pass along the year's best savings from our family to yours. We're just a short touchdown drive away with a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Heller Ford in El Paso and Heller Motors in Pontiac.
With 3 generations of winners, our family-oriented team will provide you with the best service that our customers have experienced for over 56 years.
Visit us today at Heller Ford in El Paso, Heller Motors in Pontiac, or online at hellerstores.com.
Every day, every single day, you hear about identity theft, whether it's on the radio, in the newspapers, on TV, or online. Now's the time to start protecting yourself with Bank of Pontiac's ID Theft Smart. It's the smart choice for safeguarding your identity. Protection, detection, restoration. ID Theft Smart at Bank of Pontiac is an easy and affordable way to obtain credit monitoring and identity restoration services that give you peace of mind. Stop by any Bank of Pontiac location to sign up for ID Theft Smart, the smart choice for safeguarding your identity. Member FDIC.
The team at M&S Dairy of Pontiac says go Indians and best of luck this sports season. The animals at M&S Dairy are happy and healthy, producing great products. M&S Dairy salutes our local students and athletes during another school year at Pontiac Township High School. Durham Electric is proud to be a supporter of Pontiac Township High School, the PTHS sports teams, and music department. They wish the Pontiac Indians great success this football season, as Durham Electric begins their 46th year and is a third-generation family business. They understand the importance of hard work and dedication it takes to create a great team. Derek, John, Cody, Carla, and everyone at Durham Electric are excited for this football season, and they wish the Pontiac Indians much success. Call Durham Electric for all your electrical needs. Durham Electric does it better electrically. And go Indians.
Fall is always an exciting time of the year with high school football, band competitions, and homecomings. See Driscoll's in Pontiac for a dependable vehicle to get you to these activities and more. Find plenty of autumn deals at your Did It, Done It, and Still Dealin' dealer, Driscoll's at 601 South Newport Road in Pontiac.
All right, we are back, and once again, you can hear the band in the background. They're right on top of us, and we're going to get back to Eric Murphy in a moment. Eric, I had the pleasure of interviewing the golf team, and they're off to a 3-0 start. Coach Ritter, longtime coach there. And it's a golf team, obviously a little special place in my heart. The grandson plays on it. It's neat to see. He's a senior. That's Mason. But that's a great group of 6, and it's that time of year. Fall sports is alive and well.
Yeah, enjoy the weather that you've been getting to start the season, because come postseason time, it can be downright cold.
It could be darn right. Why are we even swinging the club when it's 40 degrees and the wind's howling?
I remember covering Monmouth in state tournament finals way back in the day, and you're wearing layers to the state meet, to the state tournament.
Before we send you back downstairs, they'll still put 3 minutes back on the clock if they do so, as I believe, because 1:49 the Saints are out. We got a couple minutes here. I forgot about that. What's your thoughts in the first half?
Well, if Pontiac could tackle, they would be, I would think they'd be winning. Central Catholic had 5 plays of more than 10 yards, including 3 of them that went beyond 30. And you just can't let that happen. That's where, teams get those kinds of, that many big runs like that. That's going back to the old days of like a Pontiac.
Oh, that's exactly
squaring
right.
off against like a tri-pointer or a woodland or something. You know,
I agree with you. It reminds you back when you dominated the Corn Belt in the 90s. That was their MO. They didn't have 20 play drives. They had 4, 5, and 6 play drives.
I have to admit, I was standing there watching. It was one of those 3rd down or 4th down plays, and I'm going, "Oh, where is Cunningham and Benning right now?"
Well, on the positive side, obviously the Indians have been competing. They're in the game. They have dominated time of possession. They have certainly dominated most of the game, but, 2 big plays and all of a sudden you're down 7, and that's the explosibility of the Saints. They certainly got weapons, and if you don't cover them, they're going to hurt you.
Yeah, I've got Pontiac with 98 yards of offense on 32 plays. Central Catholic has run half as many plays, 16, but they have 199 yards.
Wow. I didn't know if they had, until that final drive they had, I don't know if they had 10 plays, putting 14 points on the board. But that certainly shows the contrast of styles that the teams are there. So what the Indians got to do here in the second half, they will get the football to start with.
Yeah, but they got to come up with plays. I remember in the preseason I was talking with Riley Johnson. He's talking, we got to find another running back for me. Got to find another weapon, and I think they've got it.
I think so, too, with Alcorn you're talking about.
Alcorn and even Gutierrez.
Yep.
I think you've got
and those are 2 sophomores, if I remember right. They were freshmen last year.
Right. And, they've shown some quickness and they've shown some success running that counter play. They've got some other weapons. Now it's just a matter of – the unfortunate thing for them right now, I think, is – they're getting their feet wet, and they're playing a team that knows what it's like to run in the water. So.
Right, no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. In terms of strength of numbers and how many two-way players the Saints have compared to what the Indians are doing, sooner or later, that's the game of football. That's how you wear teams down. That'll be interesting to see if they're going to again. All right, Murph, we appreciate it. We'll send you back downstairs. Thank you much for helping out tonight. If I don't get a chance to tell you that. And we'll see if the Indians can be competitive and somehow steal a home opener away from the old dreaded Saints.
See what happens.
All right. Thank you much. That's Eric Murphy right there. He's going to meander back down. We got about 2 minutes to go. We're going to take this. We're going to take another 2-minute timeout. We'll come back, and we'll have second half action for you on the Ion Central Illinois, part of the Casson Media High School Sports Network.
State Bank of Graymont understands the farming community, and they've been helping area farmers prosper since 1913. All the loan officers have been involved in the ag lending industry for many years, all with farm backgrounds. Stop by and visit with Scott Bachneck, Blair Barton, Paul Russo, Denny Stevens, Ashley Ralph, and now Evan Rich in Sonneman, and Nathan Winger in Pontiac. State Bank of Graymont offers operating lines of credits and loans for machinery, buildings and equipment, farm service agency loan programs, and farm real estate. Enjoy the bank's free regular checking, unlimited check writing, no monthly service charge, free internet banking, and the account access 24 service. See State Bank of Graymont at Graymont, Chenoa, Pontiac, and Sonneman, or visit the website sbofgray.com. Member FDIC. Pontiac Indian fans get filled up at Eddinger's Filling Station, 423 West Madison Street in Pontiac. It's a casual dining restaurant with daily specials for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Enjoy everything from fried chicken and burgers to home-style favorites like pasta, hot beef, mac and cheese, Reubens, and more. Be on the lookout for their new dinner specials. Visit Eddinger's Filling Station on Facebook to stay updated, or call 815-419-2255. Go Pontiac from everyone at Eddinger's Filling Station on Madison Street.
Want a new or pre-owned RV? Call Pontiac RV, Illinois' largest RV dealer, with over 40 brands of travel trailers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes, and over 200 RVs in stock. Stop or shop online at PontiacRV.com.
Pontiac RV.
They say it's okay.
All right, welcome back here, and we're set to start the second half. We do have one score to report. Understand at halftime, Tolono Unity up in Fairbury, beating up on the Hawks 19-0 at halftime. Mentioned that score. Prairie Central comes to Pontiac next week for the rivalry match. So let's see, before we get to next week, let's see what happens here. As you can hear, the crowd is in it. I'm telling you what, we got a nice crowd on hand. Didn't mention much about that, and they have stuck around so far. That is nice to see in a program trying to pick up its first win of the campaign, trying to get itself righted up and head up the ladder in terms of wins. The Saints will kick off. That's Tyler Sexton. Sexton that's a punch boot. That is onside. Scramble for the ball. The Saints said they'd come up with it, and I think they did. I haven't seen the official call. Yep. The Indians caught off guard on the onside kick, and Sexton, Tyler Sexton, did it to perfection. I was just about ready to say, we haven't talked much about his abilities, and very capable of kicking long-distance field goals. Well, he's also very capable, apparently, of pooch kicking and that onside kick. And the Saints will have it at the Indian 45. Correction. Make that the Indian 43. Boy, that's not what you wanted to see to start. Got the young Indians off guard. Poe's your quarterback. Single back set. Slot to the left. Poe's going to run to the left. Poe's got a hole. Missed tackle once again, and then a host of Indians come in and stop him right there. Give him a gain of 4, maybe 5. Now Brady's into the lineup. Matthew Brady. Interchangeable pieces. Two-man quarterback system here for the Saints. And they've running it pretty well so far tonight. Out of the shotgun. Bad snap over the head. Ball's bouncing. Indians trying to come up with it in the backfield, and finally swarming defense of the orange and blue. And I think that was Keller. He was the lone back there. And tell the truth, the snap wasn't quite as high as I thought. Went right through the hands. Blackwell gets credit for the tackle. And what was a great opportunity for Central Catholic now becomes second and forever. They certainly have had the capability of making big plays. Make that 2nd and 17. As Murph was telling us, they had, 5 plays over 30 yards in that first half? 2 of them went for touchdowns. Now we got a timeout. Some confusion by Central Catholic getting its personnel in. They're going to burn a timeout. And we'll keep it right here this time. (14-7). Pontiac scored the first touchdown of the game, took a 7-0 lead. The Saints came back on one of their first 2 big plays. That was lost. Let's see, that wasn't, that was a double check here. That made it 7-6. The extra point, no good. That was TJ Larson. That's who I was trying to recall. And then just before half, another big play. And the Saints took a 14-7. The officials are trying to get everything set here. Now this will be a third down play, 3rd and 17. Boy, the officials are still talking, this time to the Indian linemen, but the Saints are right there as well. I don't know what all the commotion's all about. Let's play some football. Finally, officials will blow it into play. Matthew Brady in the back, Brady in the pocket, Brady down the middle, and overthrown. His intended receiver was Larson, TJ Larson. And the Indians, who did not recognize and got burned on the onside kick, the defense certainly has come in and made a big play, and a poor snap by the Saints, and they're going to be forced to punt. Good job by Pontiac, and that could have turned ugly quickly. A young Indian team, you don't want to get down by much against these guys if you have to be at all. Punt's a great one. Inside the 10, they're going to let it bounce, and it'll settle right there at about the 8. Super kick by the Saints special team, and the Indians will start deep in their own end. 10:03, start of the third quarter. And again, the Indians down 14-7. We'll get an opportunity. We'll get back down to Eric Murphy. Well, Murph, I'll tell you what, at least the Indians dodged. That onside kick they weren't ready for, but give the defense credit.
Yeah, that bad snap really helped them out. And then they just, played solid, didn't give up anything. Now they're starting at their own 10.
All right, there's the snap up the middle. They're going to keep it in the ground. And we apologize there. Eric's a little too deep down in that sideline for our cordless. Once he gets back inside the 30, I think it'll be a little better. Also want to mention, I didn't realize it, we had a couple of minor streaming problems in that first half. We apologize. I think we got it all straightened out. I think the heat had something to do with it, the way it sounded up here in the booth. And the Indians only picked up a short one. This will be 2nd and 9 deep in their own end. Ball's marked at the 10. Again, inside handoff. Very little running room. Alcorn on the carry. And not much you can do. The Indians are really stuck deep in their own end. And you don't want to turn it over. You're trying to pick up some yardage. And you're trying to make a big play. And you got to be a little conservative. Again, it's only a one-possession game. And you don't want to give the Saints any extra motivation in terms of a turnover or a short field if at all possible. 8:36 clock running. 3rd and 9 at the 11. Again, inside run. Gutierrez, I think, was on the carry. Tried to kick it another gear to the outside and was spun down from behind. And the Indians will be forced to punt. This is where you need a big booming kick, or the Saints are going to be in business very quickly. Would like to thank the PTHS Indian golf team for joining me up here at halftime. Had a great interview, great chat with those 6 kids. We wish them the best of success, the golf team, next coming weeks. Now we got a penalty flag, and from that spot, I'm guessing that could be this on the center, a legal procedure. Indeed, it's going to be 5 yards back or half the distance. Not the start of the quarter you'd like to see out of Pontiac. And we haven't mentioned much about field position, but this truly in this quarter has become a field position game, and the Indians on the short end of it. All started with that onside kick. Snap is clean. The punt is a very short one. We do have a flag down. Might have got out to the Indian 25, and that is it. So let's see what this penalty is all about. We haven't mentioned much about normally in first games, a little sloppy in terms of penalties. This flag was thrown as the players were moving down the field after the punt, holding against Pontiac. I'm assuming they'll get a choice and the Saints will take the football. They got it right in the Indians' backyard. We'll see where they're going to mark it. 7:35, third quarter. Yeah, the Saints declined it. They want the football, and they're going to mark it right at the Indian 25. No surprise there. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. The outcome's not where we want it to be at the moment. Let's see what transpires. But Poe and company, Keller in the backfield. Now we got another stoppage of play. Along with Eric Murphy's down on the sidelines. Ben Meyer, Tim Scott. The season opener here from PTHS at Williamson Field. Saints up by 7 with the football. Poe, this is going to be a sweep to the right. It's got some room. Busts one tackle. Misses another. He's got the corner. He might go. Poe walks in to the end zone. So another one of those big plays, and all of a sudden, momentum certainly has changed. And all of a sudden, Central Catholic is owning this football game. Up by 2 scores at the moment, 20-7. So, that didn't take too long. One play, 25-yard run. And they're going to go for one. Eric, that was way too easy. And certainly, that's not the way you wanted this quarter to start for Pontiac.
Well, it looks like, I mean, I don't know if it's a wildcat or if he's going to be a quarterback part-time all year, but it looks like when he's in there, he's just going to get the ball. And he's going to pretty basic run right, run left with him and just make sure the blockers are set.
The Orange couldn't get there in the corner, and it was easy walk in. And at the end, at 7:24 in the third quarter, let's take a break. It is the Saints over the Indians, 21-7. On the Ion Central Illinois Sports and part of the Kent Casson High School Media Network. Back after these.
Do you hate dealing with vision insurance? This is Dr. Brian Stoller at Pontiac Family Eye Care. We understand the headaches and limitations of vision insurance. That's why we've launched our new membership plans. These plans provide routine exams with no copays, along with simple preferred savings on eyewear. Whether you currently have vision insurance or not, visit our website at visionsource-pontiac.com to learn more and to enroll. Pontiac Family Eye Care, the people you need to see.
All right. We wouldn't be here without the help of all these wonderful sponsors. We appreciate it very much. Thank you. And to the media, the Kent Casson, I should say, Media High School Sports Network. Thank you much, Kent. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast on whatever social media device you're using. We are in the Ion Central Illinois. And right now, in a very critical moment of this football game for Pontiac. The quarter has not started well. You've given up a score. You're down 14. Conventional kick this time. Coming up on the ground. Knee was down, and that's where the Indians are going to start again. Terrible field position. That was Carr that time. You cannot go down on the knee and touch that football. And that was Brody Carr. And the Indians will have it down 14 at their own 15. Almost halfway through this third quarter. Haven't really mentioned the weather, certainly not a factor, certainly a steamy night. Humidity's up, expecting some rains. Last I saw around midnight, maybe a little bit before. Snap up the middle again. And you wondered if the Saints were going to make adjustments on that, and they appear to have done just that. And running's been a little tougher, though field positions really come into play too. A gain of 1, and that is it. Clock is running underneath 7 minutes. DeLong under center. DeLong pitches. Gutierrez trying to turn the corner. Someone's dragging him down by his jersey from behind. And Cesar Gutierrez did a nice job of picking up some tough yardage. Got out to the 24. Very manageable, 3rd and short. And the Indians had some success there in that first half, converting on these 3rd downs and a couple of 4th down situations as well. Oh, this would be huge right here. Give the kids, get this crowd back into it. Quiet right now. 6 minutes, the snap, up the middle. Tried a little fakery in that backfield, slowly developed play. Alcorn, he actually, if he got back to the line of scrimmage, that was it. And the Saints seem to have figured that one out. Let's see if we get a comment down here from Eric. Eric, a slow developed play. That play never had a chance.
Somebody went the wrong way on it.
Well, that might be a reason why.
I think AJ was looking to the runner to go left, and he ended up coming back right behind him, and it was just a mess.
All right, they're going to go for it. The pitch, the cross it. I think he got it. Awfully close. Alcorn again at the carry, and you can hear it in the background. Eric, a much needed first down.
It was just a nice play. Alcorn just off the left side there, left guard, left tackle. Picked up enough, got the yard.
Kids need to get their mojo back a little bit, get this crowd into it. 4:54. Need to put the drive together. That's that inside reverse once again, and that time Central Catholic all over it. And Gutierrez never had a chance. Be fortunate. He did not get back to the line of scrimmage. I think going to give him a loss of 2. That'll be 2nd and 12.
Fun. It's starting to sprinkle here.
As long as don't even say the word lightning, please.
You did. I just said it's starting to sprinkle.
We'll get to some weather updates. This is Gutierrez turning the corner. Picks up back across the original line of scrimmage. Might have another 3 or 4 yards. Eric, I just got a mention from Ben Myra that the Ridgeview Lexington game that's in Gibson City has been delayed by lightning twice. So there are some storms and rain in the area. Let's hope it stays away.
When I left home, it was looking pretty dark south and east of Chinoa, so it was...
well, that would be the Gibson City area then, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
3:35, the Indians need a major play on 3rd and long. Looking, delayed, draw, up the middle, and going absolutely nowhere. As you mentioned it, Eric, I can see the raindrops in the light falling. Well, last year, Ben and myself were down at Central Catholic. We had a lightning delay of maybe more than 2 hours. We didn't get home till after midnight on a miserable night, as it turned out score-wise for the Indians. Then the weather, and you just wondered if the football gods were not happy with the orange and blue that night. Goodness gracious, that was one long night. Going forward and fourth down, the lob open but overthrown. Pressure was on DeLong. Carr, the intended receiver, and the Indians are going to give up again inside their own territory on the exchange of downs. 2:39 to go, third quarter. Coach Gadberry rolled the dice, and it did not work out. Got to execute the play. I think the play call was excellent. It's just unfortunately a little too much pressure on DeLong. He had to go over the outstretched hands. And here's Poe back in the backfield again. All he does is run every time for 10, 15 yards. Got the ball again up the middle, and this time the Indians do a better job. Jackson Crawford there. Crawford's there, Pena was there. Poe picked up about 3, 2nd and 7 inside of 2 minutes. And a couple of umbrellas have popped up. Well, last time I saw it, and I'm not a weather reporter, but man, they're never right. Ball snap, bounce, Brady's in trouble, trying to get out of it, and might have got back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Last time I saw it, it was supposed to not start to rain to maybe between 10 and midnight. So much for that weather report. In fact, I think Murphy has decided enough's enough. He's going to come indoors. Doesn't want to get wet anymore.
Protection for the camera.
There you go. So 3rd and 7. Indians need to stop. Poe, he's been deadly with this. Another broken tackle. Poe's loose, down the sideline, untouched, touchdown. That's his second of the second half. And how many missed tackles have we had that has led to big plays? And I think the young man is down in the end zone. That's Pohu. And I think he might have a leg cramp. Let's do this. We'll take a timeout. The Saints owning the second half, owning the football game, with Pontiac down by 3 scores, 1:12 to go in the third quarter. And again, this is Indian football in the Iron Central Illinois, part of the Casamigos High School Sports Network. Back after these commercial breaks. Well, they're going to move it on. We're not going to take a break. Hang tight. We'll do the extra point, then we'll go to break. Poe's hobbling off, and I guarantee you he's been a workhorse. It's a hot, steamy night, and I'm sure leg cramping is no surprise. Kick is up, long enough, hits Odell, and is good. All right, almost through 3, and the Indians down 28-7. And we'll take a break after this 1-minute timeout on the Iron Central Illinois Sports Network.
Livingston County Chiropractic is happy to serve the area communities by helping people and athletes to be the best version of themselves they can be. Livingston County Chiropractic in Pontiac is helping the community live a healthier lifestyle while providing the knowledge and tools to make better healthcare decisions. Visit LivingstonCountyChiropractic.com or stop in to 402 North Plum Street in Pontiac. Call 815-844-4631. The Precision Planting Precision Technology Institute, or PTI farm at Pontiac, is the intersection of agronomy, technology, and equipment. The farm has over 125 research plots used to provide agronomic data, test agronomy principles, and trial new technologies in the industry while hosting events for farmers. Visit the farm just off of I-55 on the west side of town. Precision Planting salutes the students and athletes at Pontiac Township High School and is a proud supporter of local sports and the FFA.
All right, here before this kickoff, when we only have a minute 12, pull up my trusty rain report. This light rain's supposed to be stopping in 7 minutes, and the chance of rain was only through the 9 o'clock hour. So hopefully this is it, and we won't have any weather delay issues here at Pontiac Township High School. And again, weather people are usually wrong, so please remember that. Kickoff, bouncing on the ground, picked up in one hop. This is Carr, I think, again. And he is bell rung at the 20. Well, Eric, it's kind of like this. You're the defending champs. You won 11 straight before you got to the final 8 and lost. If anybody thought the Saints were empty and their gas tank was empty, think again. They've really came out and established themselves in the second half, like a good football team should.
Yeah, they're probably the favorites for a reason. If not, they got to be one of them. And a lot of kids coming back and experienced staff that they got.
And again, we can talk with defensive adjustments. That's a run up the middle, I should say, to the left side. I don't know if I keep Alcorn again. Give him a gain of 3. Actually, it's one of the better runs here in the second half. You knew Central Catholics were going to make some adjustments defensively after giving up close to 100 yards in the first half. And 9 of the 11 starters back from last year. And you got Roguki in there. And he's made himself known here in the second half.
Yeah, they're playing with more motivation. Pontiac had its shots early and did what they could, but what you're looking at is a definite difference in somebody that's experienced and confident against a team that's still trying to find their footing. I mean, regardless of what people want to say about how much experience Pontiac has on the field, keep in mind they're young.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We're at the end of 3. We'll come back with a third down play for the Indians. We'll switch ends of the field. They're down by 21, 28-7. And again, Indian football in the Eye in Central Illinois, part of the Casson Media High School Sports Network.
All savings this year at Wright's Furniture with great bargains. They offer free delivery, free removal, as well as up to 12 months 0% interest with a Wright's Synchrony card. They always have store-wide savings, as Wright's price matches and aims to be the cheapest in the States, if they aren't already. Visit Wright's Quality Furniture, Flooring, and Appliances in downtown Pontiac, the right store for you.
All right, you can hear a little music in the background. I love the fact that the band has stayed around. Obviously, the game a little bit out of hand. The student body is here and actually some of the crowds left, Murph, but gotta love the enthusiasm. And of course, on a warm summer day, why not stand in the rain, get a little wet if you're a kid, and have some fun.
Yeah, back when I was a kid, we'd be playing football out behind the bleachers.
That's exactly what we used to do.
It looked like DeLong on a keeper.
DeLong was on a keeper and went absolutely nowhere, and the Indians could be forced to punt. Well, it'll be an interesting matchup next week when the Hawks come to town, and they're certainly built around the alt kid who runs the football and then runs it some more and then runs it some more. They were down 19-0. I don't know if you caught that
No.
at halftime against Kelowna Unity. Ben reported there. Bad snap.
Bad snap.
And now all of a sudden, the Saints have the ball, first and goal at the Indian 5. Well, this young, very young, and a program that's still the foundation of a building blocks, went toe-to-toe with them for the first half. Second half, it's been a different story, no doubt about it.
Yeah, but that's kind of what you're going to see.
Yep.
You got experience against kids that are still learning.
You got a conference. We'll let the snap go here first. This is Poe once again. Poe's going to walk in. Last time, actually, he was hit at the 1, but still falls in. His third touchdown of the second. They mentioned that as Powell. I apologize if that. I thought it was Poe, but old number 6. He scored 3 touchdowns so far here in the second half.
Oh, yeah, whether he's a quarterback or they just got him running a wildcat, whatever it is, he's still very good.
I've
good
seen
with the
him
ball,
wildcat.
and
I've seen him in the slot, and they got him all over. And you understand why.
He's a very good athlete.
No kidding. Here's the extra point out of Sexton. Usually he's automatic.
A lot of that's what you would expect from a Central Catholic team. They're going to be well versed in the fundamentals.
And the kick is good. We'll keep it right here. Eric, we were talking about the Illini Prairie Conference. I think there's no surprise. St. Joe Ogden, Monticello, and Kelowna Unity. They're all there, and those are going to be tough ball games still for the Indians to go through. We'll see what the season brings and how it progresses. But this is a difficult conference, and I think the Indians have a 3-game stretch where they might play all 3 of those teams. I was looking at their season, the regular season scheduled. I do know we're in Monticello this year, and we're also in St. Joe Ogden this year.
Yeah, Kelowna, I think, is the one that comes here.
Yep.
I guess what you could say is you're not going to have an easy game in the...
No.
And so if you want to look at who are teams you can beat, you're going to have to look all up and down, and you can figure maybe a Rantoul, maybe an IVC, but...
And talking with some people here prior to the week number 9, that program has been way down. I'm talking about...
Bethalto Civic Memorial?
Yeah, Civic
down there in the Metro East?
Yeah. They have been down big time. It's a game. Who knows what week 9, where's everyone's health at, what's happening. But if you're just taking a look based upon what has transpired, and then you throw in a Prairie Central and PBL, where do they come into play for Pontiac? So they got great opportunities that the conference provides, and they also provide great strength of schedule, which you don't want to see sometimes.
There's 8 challenging games plus the non-conference.
Yep.
So.
All right, just the start of the quarter, the fourth quarter. Kick is out. Corralled, I think that's Gutierrez, crossing the 20. Boy, the kids, they're just having tough time getting going on anything. And Central Catholic's putting the helmet to it this second half, no doubt about it.
Yeah, sometimes you almost want to see if they try the NFL kickoff rule and see if you can't get any better return. Central Catholic's coverage has been pretty good.
Yes, it has. Well, you can see in the pictures, obviously, the Saints and the size of their people up front compared to Pontiac and where it's at. And that was the same last year, and it will be the same this year. There's the snap up the middle. Aiden Alcorn. No, that is Riley Johnson, number 4. I think Riley's fortunate if he gets back to the line of scrimmage, which is the 22. And for all intents and purposes, you don't want anybody to get hurt. You want the clock to run. Like to see the Indians pick up a couple of first downs. I guarantee you they're probably going to keep the majority of this on the ground. And this is a learning tool and a learning quarter for them.
Yeah, the biggest thing you'd really like to see them do is just make sure that you run your plays the way you're supposed to. I mean, it's almost a scrimmage kind of thing now. You're not expecting to score 4 more touchdowns without shutting them out. So right now it's just work on things that are going to make you better because you still got 8 weeks after tonight.
Riley Johnson, back-to-back carries, as you can see, the number 4. We're underneath 10 minutes to go. Good thing that light rain almost stopped. I forgot. I think I left my windows down in the car. That wasn't very smart. I was trusting the weathermen, you know. They said 10 o'clock.
But did they specify Central, Eastern, Mountain?
Well, I think you got to be smarter than that and maybe put the windows up, but that's another story for another time. 9:30 and underneath before the snap. It is. It's a fake. Dump off over the middle. Picked off by a Saint. Midfield. Could go. Turning the corner at the 25. Good solo tackle right there. But
the pass is intercepted by Creighton Schneider.
Tough throw. Creighton Chernerke. Right into his hands. You couldn't have asked for an easier interception right there. Pressure was on, and it's probably a pass that should have never been thrown.
Although he made it, he did try to make it a difficult interception because he bobbled it before he snared it.
Unfortunately, the Saints have lived in the Indians' side of the field the entire second half, and they're knocking again.
You said earlier, field position was going to be key, and they just.
It is snowballed on the Indians. This time the Saints are looking to throw, and could have been picked off. Incomplete. Trying to get a number of who that was for Pontiac. Kind of a tough catch because he had to go down to his knees. Luttrell, Amande Luttrell on one of those defensive backs. Luttrell. Well, now that's when you get in this rivalry. And you, Murph, you've been around. And there's been some ugly one-sided scores. And you think when scores have been ran up, and we're going back in the 70s and 80s and 90s and beyond. And all of a sudden you're throwing a first down. This time Poe right up the middle. Boy, he's strong, tough to bring down. He might have picked up close to 5, third down.
He's a good athlete.
Sure is. I think anybody would like to have number 6 on their team.
Well, it's a good program. I mean, it's a program that's gone on and been solid for decades. So
35-7 is your score, all Central Catholic. Score was 14-7 at halftime. Saints have taken advantage of very short fields. That's Keller trying to get around the corner. That's not Keller. That's a first-time run right there for the Saints.
Grayson Charlie on the carry.
I don't think they're going to punt now.
He's tackled by Aiden Alcorn.
And again, that's
that brings up 4th down.
I think they say Alcorn in the tackle in any event. No, they're not going to punt. They could actually probably kick a field goal. Very capable from this spot, but they're going to work on it. No surprise there. Don't blame them. So 4th and 3, 7:38 to go. Poe's just going to run it untouched down to the 10, and he'll be set up first and goal at about the 8-yard line.
Somebody played Moses and parted the Red Sea because he had a huge hole.
That's not the first time. He's ran a lot when he's gone untouched 5-7 yards, especially in the second half. I'm sure the heat, the humidity, we got two-way players up front. Those kids are gassed for Pontiac. I guarantee you they are. I think they've given everything they can give, and that's about it. First and goal inside the 10. This is Brady. He's going to throw it. Wide open and caught on the play. Touchdown, Central Catholic.
The pass is complete to Grayson Charlie. Good for a Saints touchdown.
It's Grayson Schnarly. So Schnarly comes up with the catch. And the Saints have stretched this out to 41-7. Do the math. It was 14-7 at halftime. At 28 points, I think that is. Second half, fourth touchdown of the half.
If he kicks it, it'll be 28.
If he may, yes, 28 if it goes through the uprights. Kick is up. Kick is good. All right. 7 minutes exactly to go. We'll have Ben do his thing here for us. And again, the Indians, tough second half, down 42-14 on the Iowa Central Illinois, part of the Kent Casa Media High School Sports Network. Let's check in with some sponsors after this timeout.
Stoller International. Stoller International has been serving the Central Illinois farming community since 1935. It continues to do so today with 5 locations. They are the dealership that service builds, providing Case IH, Kubota, JCB, Kinsey, Bobcats, Woods, McDon, and many other brand name pieces of equipment to their customers. Along with new equipment, they also offer a wide range of used high-quality equipment. All 5 of the locations offer a full-service parts and sales department. Stop in your local Stoller International store today to see how they can help you. Kelly Electric of Pontiac says, "Go Indians," and congrats on another sports campaign. Kelly Electric proudly supports the community and activities such as Pontiac Township High School athletics. They work hard to get the job done right the first time at Kelly Electric, wiring Central Illinois for more than 40 years. Help your teen or tween take their first step toward financial freedom with an early start checking from SoQ. They could show their team's spirit with a Pontiac Indians debit card handed to them the very same day. But that's not all. They have a whole suite of checking products that are sure to make the crowd go wild. Fresh Start checkings for those getting back on their feet, senior checkings that come with 2 boxes of free checks per year, and high yield checking. Stop into any SoQ branch today and join the family. All checkings subject to credit approval. Federally insured by the NCUA.
All right, welcome back here, and a short kickoff and a tight return. The Indians have it on their own 26-yard line. Remember, this is the Casa Media High School Sports Network presented by the Heller Stores, Brandt, Bank of Pontiac, Edelman Incorporated, Bob and Ringo's Grill and Smokehouse, and Beck's Hybrid. And a reminder, you can catch Prairie Central Sports on the Fairbury News Facebook page, Lexington on the Route 24 radio page, and now El Paso Gridley. There's a run inside and down for no gain. And the El Paso Gridley on the live audio stream at Route24radio.com. I did not realize El Paso Gridley was now into the scene. That's great news. Thanks to all those sponsors that makes the Sport Network what it is. The Heller Stores, Brandt, Bank of Pontiac, Edelman Incorporated, Bob and Ringo's Grill and Smokehouse, and Beck's Hybrid. 6:15 clock is running. This is 2nd and 11, we'll call it. Indian in their own deep end. And a little bit of a hole, and I think we got some backups in there for the Indians. That was number 10 on the run. Oh, that's Pena. He doubles up. He's got to change uniform. He's 62 in the offensive line and defense, and now he's number 10. Kid can do it all.
Our boys are still fighting. And you guys are still here. Show some love.
3rd and 1. See if the Indians get a first down here and they can move the clock. And they did have a first down. Well, I thought they had it. Now a bunch of flags come in, and I'm sure that's going to be holding against Pontiac. Well, yep, the PA gentleman called it correct, the first down, but then, well, okay, that's not a holding penalty. That's going to be a face mask, Bert?
I'm guessing face mask.
Yeah.
I don't know who ran it.
I could not tell either. It was a sea of orange, and I could not see a number out there. DeLong's still your quarterback. Again, the score is 42-14. The way those flags came in, normally that's holding, but hey, the Indians will take it.
Back judge threw the first one, so that's typically going to be on the defense.
Yep. This is Riley. And still battling.
It's one of those you wish you had the Earl Campbell breakaway jersey.
And now we got some pushing and shoving. Flags are all over the place. And the officials are going to have to sort this out. No surprise, on a hot, steamy night, you know, you don't like to get pushed around in your own backyard. You're going to push back some. I think initially somebody from Central Catholic took a shot. And then all bets are off. Let's see how the officials sort this out. Just underneath 5 minutes to go, your ball game. I'm sure Coach Zach Gadberry's got to have a fine love line. He's got to love the fact that the kids aren't going to take anything, but yet you got to keep your head and be cool out there as well and don't get caught up in it. And that's tough when you're down in the short end of a 42-14 score. Down by 28. They're still talking about it. Flags are flying, hats are flying. That means another penalty because the official threw the flag. Probably, obviously, he didn't have the flag to throw, so he threw the hat as a penalty marker. See that once in a while. Just past the 9 o'clock hour, 9:09 to be exact. Unsportsmanlike is the call against the Saints. Unsportsmanlike the Indians, they offset.
So after the run, there are a couple of personal foul penalties that will offset each other.
Now, for the sake of time, I could have called that a little quicker. But that's just me on a Friday night and a little heat, humidity, and the home team's not to where you want it to be, and it's not going to change, but the pace of this game in the second half, much slower in the first half. That first half was extremely quick, with the exception of the final 2 minutes of that half. And that's because the Indians controlled the ball and ran it a lot and controlled the clock in that first half, Murph.
Yeah, they played well, and keep your feet. Nope.
Trying to catch a number. That's a car.
There's a lot to take from this, and I think that first half is a really big, you can put a win for them on that, even though they're
No
down
doubt.
14-7.
Yep.
They played well.
You know, there's no doubt about it, and there's no wins and brownie points for being competitive. But in this instance, the start of the game against who you're playing and where this program was last year, kids and the coaching staff, they got something to build upon. And that's where week 2 really becomes huge against Prairie Central. If you're trying to garner wins. Run up the middle. This is
Alcorn.
Aiden Alcorn picks up a first down. Indians a knocking inside the 25.
They said you could tell a lot about a team between week 1 and week 2.
You always said that with the Indian in their heyday of those teams. And that's just not Pontiac. Now, was there a change? Was there a fumble at the end of that play, or just a time? All right, because the Central Catholic Saints, I missed that one. Now the officials are talking about this again. Like I said, the ebb and flow of this one has been tough. Been a long second half. 42-14. Next week, we're home again. This year, 5 home games, 4 road games. Won't even tell you where we're going in week 9. Talking with John, the AD, and he says he apologized. I said, thank goodness you weren't around when I found that and heard that story. We're down next door to St. Louis in week 9. On the Illinois side, but almost in St. Louis.
Metro East, probably down by the Belleville.
Yeah, is that where at school exactly at?
Near Scott Air Force Base, I think. Might be closer to Collinsville.
And that's a Friday night game.
Civic Memorial used to come up here for the wrestling tournament.
.313 clock running, second down for the Saints. All right, we got a timeout. We need to recognize some sponsors. We'll take one more final break. 42-14 on the Iron Central Illinois and the Media, Kent Casa Media High School Sports Network back after these.
Hi, this is State Farm Agent Greg Kurtenbaugh. Stop in and visit me and my team at any of our 3 locations, Gibson City, Fairbury, and now Pontiac. Stop in and see me at my new location right across from the Pontiac Post Office. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You finally have your dream home, and now you need the right insurance to protect it. Because when it comes time to file a claim, you don't want any surprises. Talk to a Country Financial rep like Marlon Iltz to find out if you have the right protection. He can help you understand your options and select coverages to meet your needs. Call Marlon today at 815-842-1376. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Casualty Insurance Company, or Country Preferred Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
All right, we're back here, and a special thank you to Eric Murphy helping out here this evening. He's going to go back down and do his newspaper duties on the post game and track down the coach. And I want to apologize. Bad snap. The Saints are going down deep in their own end. You can see with the pictures. I may be wishful thinking. I said the score is 42-14. It's 42-7. 42-7. I think I mentioned 14 a couple of times. So, hey, we're all in our first games. We got a few kinks and things to work out. We appreciate you being on board. Appreciate you sticking around for the ones who have. Again, 42-7. And the Saints are going to have to punt from their own end zone. Exactly 2 minutes to go. Clock is running. Again next week, home against Prairie Central. Always a good matchup. We'll see how those two teams beat up on each other next week. Solid punt, midfield, fair catch. And the Indians got a couple more plays before this one's put to bed. Amani Luttrell with the fair catch. Special thank again for all the great sponsors who are on board this year. Special thanks to the 6 young men from the PTH golf team that was up in the booth. We got a chance to talk with this evening. Best of luck to them. Their next match at Highland Golf Course. down in Bloomington Wednesday against the same Saints and the U-High Pioneers in a triangular meet. I think this is Pena at quarterback, I would guess. Ball snap, falls on it. Indeed it is. And it'll create a second down situation.
Snap is from recovered by Isaiah Jones.
The rain has stopped. Just a very light rain. Might have just got the streets wet, and that was about it. Really not a non-issue. No lightning, no delays. So that was good. Zach Gadberry and the kids will go back. Obviously, this is a Labor Day weekend. The way the calendar fell, it's an early Labor Day, and normally Labor Day weekend means we've been in week number 2 already, but this year, the way the schedule worked out in the calendar, that is not Pena at quarterback. I beg your pardon. I'm going to double check who else is in there. Isaiah Jones. That's Isaiah Jones. Want to make sure the young man gets credit. 42 seconds to go. Maybe we'll get one more play off, or they might just let the clock run down. Nope, they're going to have to shoot off one more because the play clock says 23, and we got 28 on the game clock. So they'll have to run one more, Will Jones, and this one will be official. The Saints, who won the conference last year, won 11 straight before losing in the quarterfinals, will get win number 1 on the road here in Pontiac as the final play, and that is your ball game. All right, the final's 42-7. We're going to take one final timeout, recognize some fine sponsors. We'll come back and wrap it up from Williamson Field here in Pontiac. And again, your final, Central Catholic 42, Pontiac 7. We'll be back after these.
Please take care of yourselves. Everybody get home safe, and I'll see you in the next one.
A favorite 4-letter word for Terry Sullivan of Lyons Sullivan Realty is sold. Your real estate professionals serve all of Livingston and surrounding counties. Visit Lyons Sullivan Realty, 321 West Madison Street of Pontiac. Call the office 815-842-1400 or log on to the website lyonssullivanrealty.com and go Indians. Graymont Co-op wishes the best of luck to the Pontiac Indians this school year. The Graymont Grain Department consists of 5 locations, including Graymont, Rooks Creek, Cornell, Long Point, and Dana. They assist customers through grain handling and harvest, along with marketing solutions throughout the year. They also offer feed, agronomy, insurance, and internet services. Visit GraymontCoop.com for more.
It's football season at the Heller stores, where our team will pass along the year's best savings from our family to yours. We're just a short touchdown drive away with a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Heller Ford in El Paso and Heller Motors in Pontiac.
With 3 generations of winners, our family-oriented team will provide you with the best service that our customers have experienced for over 56 years.
Visit us today at Heller Ford in El Paso, Heller Motors in Pontiac, or online at hellerstores.com.
All right, we're back here for final thoughts. I love it. The band this year has stayed around for the entire game. Football teams over here. The school fight song's going on right now. The student body is still here. Good stuff. Good stuff, no doubt about it. Also a score to pass along. Prairie Central on the short end of a 32-13 score, losing at home against Tolono Unity. Here, it was all Central Catholic in the second half. And again, down 14-7 at halftime. The Indians led 7-0, led 7-6, but a couple of late plays, and the Saints led at halftime 14-7, and it was all Central Catholic in the second half, pitching a shutout and scoring early and often on a lot of short fields and taking advantage, again, of a very young Indian football squad. All right, that will do it for here. We appreciate the fact that Eric Murphy stepped in for Ben Meyer and Tim Scott. Hopefully Mark Meyer will be back with us next week for the home encounter against Prairie Central. And a reminder, Pontiac Indian Sports in Iron Central Illinois, sponsored by M&S Dairy, Eddinger's Filling Station, Pontiac RV, Pontiac Family Eye Care, Precision Planting, PTJ Farms in Pontiac, PTI Farm, beg your pardon, Durham Electric, Livingston County Chiropractic, Wright's Furniture, Stoller International, DPI Plumbing, Heating and Cooling, Kelly Electric, Streeter Overnight Credit Union, State Bank of Graymont, Greg Kurtenball, your State Farm Insurance agent here in town, Andy Bowman, Bowman Seed, Marlon Ilch, your Country Financial agent in Pontiac, Lion Sullivan Realty, Driscoll Motors, Graymont Cooperative, Bob and Ringo's Grill and Smokehouse, and the fine folks at the Bank of Pontiac. Your final, once again, Central Catholic 42, Pontiac 7. Folks, have a great and safe Labor Day. We'll see you next week right here at Williamson Field, Pontiac, Prairie Central. The Indians loser tonight. Hopefully they come back and get win number 1 next week. Enjoy your great Labor Day weekend. Be safe. So long, everybody.